All right, so let's talk about AI. It feels like every new model is kind of the same, right? Just a slightly different flavor of the same thing. But today, we're looking at something that claims a totally different origin story. We're diving into the story of Unicorn.BOS and what they call its 10x talent.
Whoa, okay. Born with a talent? That's a pretty big statement, isn't it? They're not just saying they wrote some clever code. They're positioning this AI as something with an innate gift, a natural ability, and they're banking on this talent to be the thing that completely separates it from the rest of the pack.
So to really get what they're trying to do with Unicorn.BOS, we first have to talk about a huge, huge problem that plagues almost every AI out there. I'm talking about hallucinations. You know, that super frustrating thing where an AI sounds completely sure of itself while being totally, completely wrong.
But why? Why do they do this? I'm sure you've seen it. You ask a simple question and the AI just makes something up. It's so weird. Why would these incredibly powerful systems just invent stuff out of thin air?
Well, here's the thing. The problem isn't that they're dumb. It's that they're trying to be know-it-alls. Think about it. Most AIs are trained on, the entire internet. So they have this super wide but really shallow knowledge of everything. The second you ask them about something super specific, like your company's internal rules, they just don't have that deep knowledge. So what do? They guess. They hallucinate.
And this is exactly where Unicorn.BOS says they took a totally different path. They looked at that know-it-all problem and decided not to play that game. Instead of going broad, they went deep. They focused on building a specialist, an expert, where precision is everything. And at the heart of this whole thing is one simple, powerful idea, 10x. So, what does that actually mean? What does 10x look like? Now, this isn't about being 10 times better at writing a poem or summarizing a movie. No, it's about being 10 times more accurate inside a very specific domain. It's about having this uncanny ability to tap into the core knowledge, the absolute must-know rules of a specific job, and do it way faster and more precisely than any general AI could dream of.
Okay, so how on earth do they pull this off? Well, it all comes down to what they call the 3 core talents. Think of these as the 3 pillars that hold up this whole 10x specialist idea.
All right, here they are. Number 1, the art of focus. Number 2, infinite working memory. And number 3, the zero hallucination guardrail. Let's dig into each one.
First up, the art of focus. I love this metaphor. It's basically the AI's ability to cover its ears and eyes to all the useless noise from its training. While other AIs are getting confused by random facts from the internet, this one is laser-focused only on the core knowledge you give it. It's all about separating the signal from the noise.
So, the secret sauce behind this is something they call context partitioning. Picture the AI's brain being split into these completely separate, sealed-off compartments. Each little box holds only 100% correct, verified knowledge for a specific job. This is huge because it means knowledge from one area can't bleed over and mess up another. It's all about keeping things clean and accurate.
Okay, talent number 2, infinite working memory. We've all been there, right? You're halfway through a long chat with an AI and it completely forgets what you were talking about 5 minutes ago. So frustrating. Well, this is designed to fix that. The most important rules, they're never, ever forgotten.
And the way they do it is pretty cool. It's called recursive context injection. The key idea here is that the rules aren't just in some file that the AI looks up. They're embedded so deeply into its process that they're more like instincts. It's like a built-in compass that's always pointing it in the right direction, no matter what. And that brings us to the third and final talent, the zero hallucination guardrail. Now, this isn't just some if-then statement in the code. Think of it more like having a built-in team of experts, an internal quality control department that is constantly double-checking everything the AI does to make sure it's accurate. And they've actually given these internal specialists names, which is kind of fun. You've got Martin, the logic guy, AM, who makes sure everything is structured correctly, Lumi, the strategist, and Aston, who's in charge of risk. It's a really smart way to think about it, right? It's like having a whole board of expert consultants built right into the AI's brain. And this isn't just a part-time crew. They call it their top 0.1% team, and it's working 24/7. It's a permanent, sleepless part of the AI that's always there, providing that critical layer of quality control and common sense that most other AIs just don't have. So when you put all three of these talents together, the focus, the memory, and the guardrail, you start to see the bigger picture. The point they're making is that this isn't just another tool you can pick up. It's about choosing a fundamentally different philosophy for how AI should work.
Look, if you want an AI that's great at talking, a brainstorm buddy or a trivia machine, there are a ton of choices out there. But their whole argument is this. If you need an AI that excels at working, at actually performing a critical business task with near-perfect precision, you can't use a generalist. You need a specialist. You need an AI that's built to do, not just to talk about doing.
And this really brings us to their final, powerful point. They're saying the decision isn't about features, it's not about which one is cheaper. It's a strategic choice. Are you just choosing a tool, or are you choosing a talent that could fundamentally change how your business operates? So at the end of the day, what Unicorn.BOS is offering is a really interesting vision for a new kind of AI. One that's all about precision, performance, and results you can actually prove. And it leaves you with a really big question to think about, doesn't it? As we move forward, what's going to be more valuable? An AI that can chat about anything, or a 10x specialist that gets the critical jobs done perfectly every single time?